last amateur fight I boxed in the Three Nations, and everyone said I won, even people from England. Yes, it is happening after my next fight. Yeah, the contract signed, nice. And I'll be fighting Jake Anthony.
Nice fight, John. Nice job. Nice. Nej, i Shimla. We're both weight then.
Welcome back to Hook Boxing. We're joined by Aaron Bird, who is a 3-0 light heavyweight prospect from Wales, who has a pretty incredible amateur record that I was slightly surprised actually when because obviously I did my research on you.
Yeah.
You've had sort of 66 amateur fights?
That's correct, yeah.
Yeah, and you've, I think, won 5 British titles and a bronze at the World Championships. Something...
I won a British title, and I went to the World Championships. I lost to a boy I beat, and he went on to have silver. Okay. So it was pretty disappointing, but getting there was good. Yeah. And I won 5 World Championships.
Yeah. My issue was there's another boxer called Aaron Bird, so I'm slightly worried. I was like, I'm hoping I've got the right stuff, but I found news articles and your photo was there, so I was like, right, I can use these. Why did you start boxing in the first place?
Watching a Contender, that really got me into it. Mm. And I knew my ex-trainer, who was Enzo, and his father who trained me, and that's how the ball got rolling, really. So it was always something. It was always an interest.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you watch boxing before you started boxing?
Yeah. Yeah. I would watch Enzo's fights and Calzaghe.
Oh yeah.
He was big, just before I started.
Yeah.
And yeah, I became a fan then, and it made it easier for myself.
I love Calzaghe. That's like, I think he's got to be one of my top sort of fighters that I've watched fights of his. Like I've sat, when I used to go to college, I sat under a tree, watched Calzaghe fight. Calzaghe versus what's his name? The American guy.
Lacey?
That's the one. Jeff Lacey. Yeah, that fight.
Yeah.
Oh, just outdid him. You were an amateur for a long time, very long time. I'm not sure exactly when you started and when you finished. Well, I know you sort of finished recently, but
yeah.
Did you not, given you're 29, right?
29, yes.
Did you ever want to sort of go to the pros earlier, or was it something you just wanted to wait for?
No, I did plan to turn professional when I was 25. Yep. I did have 2 years out of boxing, which I regret now.
Yeah.
But I'm back, and I done well when I came back into boxing in the amateurs, and now we're professional. So yeah, so it's not. So I don't want to cry over spilt milk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm happy, where I am now.
Why did you have the 2 years out?
Basically, part of me, my mental strength wasn't there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But now I've got it back. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It felt like I went backwards mentally, because that was my issue in the past, and I got over that hurdle, and then it felt like I went back to square one. So that's partly the reason. But it was a silly decision to make, because I didn't really lose significantly to anyone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I regret it now, but here we are. Yeah.
Well, it's not had a massive impact. I mean, it means that you're not an old 29 anyway. It's not like you got battered over 2 years, and then that's always a much worse situation.
When I came back into boxing, I believe I've won every amateur fight. My last amateur fight, I boxed in the Three Nations, and everyone said I won, even people from England, and and I beat some good boys before that in the championships or whatever. You know what I mean? So
yeah. I mean, I saw you beat Zach Parker. That was the name that sort of stood out. That's very good name.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, and he's done very well for himself. Yeah, fair play to him. Yeah. but I didn't. That was a long time ago, and but it goes to show, I could go where he's gone, if I work hard. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Is that where you want to be, or is it world chat? Is that world level? Is that what we're aiming for?
Well, yeah, I'd say he's probably fringe world level, isn't he? But yeah, there's no reason. Yeah. If I live the life, then there's no reason why I can't do anything. Yeah.
So just on the mental strength thing, how did you find COVID then? Because that must have.
Well, that was difficult for me because that's when I came back into boxing. I had my first fight back in 2020 March, and then I think it was like a month after we had a lockdown because I was going to go into the Welsh Championships, and then we had the lockdown, so that set me back. My weight went back up, and so it made things difficult. But yeah, we had to cope with it. Yeah.
Do you gain weight quite easily?
In COVID, I did over a long period of time. To be honest, not so much anymore because I'm always in the gym.
Yeah.
When I'm out of the gym, that's when you gain weight. But yeah, not. I won't say easily now. No. I don't really go over 13.5 stone.
Okay.
So that's pretty.
That's not too bad.
Pretty
so for a light heavyweight, that's pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing weight cutting, you're not really doing anything major then. Nothing crazy, no.
I've even had a little thought about maybe even drop the super middleweight in the future. That's how.
Yeah.
But we'll see on that. Yeah.
I mean, to be honest with you, light heavy at a domestic level right now is a very good place to be. Well,
100%. Yeah.
There's a big gap currently. I mean, there's a big gap between. There's a lot of British guys at the very top who are going to be fighting for titles, world titles soon, and then there's not a whole lot of people coming up. I know there are, but from the ones I've watched, the only one that I go properly, the hype he's getting is very deserved, is Ben Whittaker. All the others I'm yet to really fully get behind. I mean, it's early days for a lot of them. Like I'm sure it'll happen for some, not for others, but it's interesting. It's a brilliant.
There's a lot of good light heavyweights, but the problem is the two world champions, Bivol and Peterbiev, they're very strong, aren't they? So they're in a bit of a sticky situation.
Yeah, Bivol's probably my favourite fighter to watch. He's so good.
Yeah, he's one of my favourites too. Yeah, he's excellent. Yeah,
just doesn't put a foot wrong. I mean, I don't know how you beat him, but
yeah,
I'm sure you will at some point. I don't know. You might. Maybe. Who knows?
Well, I believe I've come up against boys who have boxed Bivol before. He's only about 2 years older than me.
Oh, okay.
So when I was going away, I believe he was around as well.
There's always a chance. I mean, that would be. I mean, from a monetary point, probably Grilly.
Yeah.
Like that'd be great. And then from doing it, like I know Lyndon Arthur. I mean, he didn't win a round, but that whole thing, just that opportunity, is just amazing. And that's not me saying you couldn't win, by the way. I'm not trying to disrespect you there. I just realised. I was fanboying a bit.
I'm only 3-0, so I shouldn't be talking about Dimitri.
No, I know.
That's not in my head,
I know.
He's a top pound for pound level fighter, So.
Yeah, and underrated as well. I know. So this is completely off topic from yourself, but underrated. Anyway,
100%.
Before your first pro fights, you turned pro this year. You had 3 fights this year, which is a brilliant start. And I know you were meant to fight in, was it September that you had a fight and it was cancelled and then cancelled again, I think. But you got out in October anyway, so it didn't matter too much. Yeah. Do you have any nerves for that first fight?
Obviously, everyone gets nervous when you go into the ring, but I handled the situation well, because of my amateur background and going away to fight. And as you discovered, I boxed in the World Championships as well. So, I've had plenty of experience, you know what I mean? So I dealt with it better than a lot of other people would have. That's how I feel.
Well, I mean, of the 3 fights, I mean, a lot of people have this, but it's always good. They've been game. They've come for you. Daryl Sharp in particular, that's the one I've watched the whole way through, and then I've watched clips from the others. They're not there for a little, payday, then next week fighting. They get... Sharp was there taking you... In the first round, he was trying to take your head off.
I couldn't believe what was happening. I thought, I've watched Daryl Sharp box before, and it's like sometimes, he takes a loss, and he came at me, and I was just like, but I was prepared for anything, and I thought that, I handled him very well. If
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, there's no like, oh, Daryl Sharp won the fight. Nothing like that. Nothing close. But it was just, I've seen Sharp a lot because everybody's seen Sharp a lot. He's he's quite a veteran in the journeyman kind of. And I was like, oh my god, he is sweating. I mean, technique wise, some of it out of the window for him, but like outrageously wide hooks just coming for your chin every time. It was impressive. It did look like in round 1 he caught you a little bit off guard with just how active mainly he was. I mean, and then from 2, 3, 4 you were absolutely fine. Jabbed his head off really.
It wasn't the same Daryl Sharp I've been watching before, so I was a bit surprised.
Your manager is Richard Grigg, is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. After your last fight, you stated that he had set up for the vacant Welsh title. He'd set up a vacant Welsh title
correct,
for this year, this year.
Yeah.
Is that happening?
Yes, it is happening after my next fight. Yeah, the contract signed, and I'll be fighting Jake Anthony.
Very good.
He challenged for the super middleweight title about 3 years ago, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh no, is it 3 years? About 4 years ago. Yeah. He lost on a close decision. Yeah.
Okay, so like another game opponent, probably.
Yeah.
Do you know who you're fighting next?
Yes, it's been named today. James MacArthur. I believe he boxed Sam Egerton, which is quite unusual.
Okay.
That he's fighting me because I'm a light heavyweight.
Yeah.
But I only found out today, funny enough, and I've watched little bits of him, and I think he's another game opponent who's going to come and try and beat me. So.
Oh yeah, and he'll probably hear all this Welsh title talk and think, oh, he's going to have his eye off the ball. That's the one thing.
Yeah, I can't afford to do that. No. Yeah.
I mean, that's
otherwise,
out of the window. That's the problem.
Exactly, yeah.
But
and the same thing, I heard about the title before I boxed Dylan Courtney, my third opponent.
Yeah.
And it was hard to not get distracted with that, But that's professional boxing for you,
Oh yeah, I mean, well, we saw it with in a sort of a larger scale. We saw AJ Wilder.
Yeah.
The exact same thing happened. I mean,
100%, yeah.
As long as you win, I mean, that's 2 fights early in the year, so you could really, touch wood, no injuries or bad cuts and whatever. You could go for maybe 4 fights next year, and again, touch wood, that's a Welsh title, defender title. Yeah. I mean, at the end of 2024, where do you think you're going to be?
Well, the Celtic title, I believe, is still vacant as well. So that's that's another option. And I see myself being undefeated, say 6 or 7-0, and then the year after that, pushing towards a title eliminator for the British title or something like that.
Yeah, that would be a properly good year. Because 2025, you could push on far.
100%, yeah.
Really far. That'd be. Trying to think. Is the British isn't vacant? Who's got the British title for light heavy?
I believe Daniel Zisa still got it.
Oh, he does. Of course, he does. Yeah.
But I think that will go vacant soon, won't it?
Yeah, I think so. I think if Buatsi beats Aziz, Buatsi will vacate it immediately. And I think if Aziz beats Buatsi, he's going to look for world titles, so he'll probably be forced to vacate. I wonder, maybe because they're all on the same Sky Sports, maybe Whittaker will get a shot. But either way, Whittaker's still, he's talented, obviously, but it's still very early to be putting him in a British title fight.
Yeah, definitely. With the likes of Aziz or Buatsi, who've proved they fringe world level already. So yeah.
Who knows? Might get Aaron Bird versus Ben Whittaker coming soon, eh?
That will be an interesting press conference.
Oh, I
can tell you that for nothing.
He is. I mean, I really like him, but he is big. He's very gobby. I really like him.
Yeah, he's one of a kind. He is, yeah.
Yeah. if he ever loses, it's going to be a big. he should stay away from his phone, basically.
A bit like James DeGale when he lost to Groves.
Yeah,
that kind of scenario.
Or Nassim, the Prince. Yeah, I mean, actually, those two are basically the same people. Naz and
he's trying to be like Prince Naseem, and he
which I quite like, but it'll be interesting.
But he's a good fighter. You know, I'm not going to sit here and say he's not. You know, he's Olympic silver medalist. That he's one of the best fighters around. But I if I can do well, then I'll take that challenge. If I'm in a position to.
Well, I mean, if by the end of this year, I'd say right now it'd be too early. But if by the end of this year, like you say, you are say 7-0 and you have got a Welsh title, maybe Celtic and whatever, like you're set, like you're in that good sort of momentum.
Yeah.
Then I think that actually makes a lot of sense. If we get to the end of the year and for whatever reason injuries have hindered how much you're fighting, or
I believe that he will be fast tracked. Ben Whittaker.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, so,
but
I'd say that's more for the future. But I think he'll be. But who knows? Yeah, who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? Yeah,
it's boxing, and also Ben Shalom has the weird way he manages his fighters, where he pulls them out of. I don't know.
Yeah,
I have no idea about that. But outside of boxing, what do you do? What's your do you have any other hobbies or anything?
Well, I work. Hobbies. I watch football.
Which sport?
Now and then. Not the team that's but the other one in red.
Man United. Mate, I'm gonna have to hang up.
Oh, come on, man.
I'll tell you what, I love doing this because it's probably one of my best things ever. Old Trafford, when we beat you 5-0, I was there, and I
was there for the 2-1 victory.
Yeah. Well,
yeah, that was sweet. That was because I can remember. It's been a lot of painful Liverpool United games, so to beat Liverpool 2-1, that was special. And to be there.
Are you Ten Hag in or Ten Hag out?
I can't see it there being another alternative, so I'd say Ten Hag in.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's going to win you anything, but he'll set you up. He seems to be all right kicking people out that cause issues. I mean, whether or not they do cause issues.
With Ronaldo. Yeah.
And Sancho's off to Dortmund now as well, I think. So, yeah. Do you know, I almost liked you, and then you're a United fan, and it's just gone out the window. I'm like, oh my God.
It usually happens.
To be fair, United fans are okay. I mean, talk a load of shite, but okay.
Yeah.
It's Chelsea fans. Oh my God, I can't deal with. Or Arsenal fans at the moment. Ugh.
Yeah. But they've won the league already. Yeah.
Oh yeah, won the league in Christmas. Fourth by New Year's. Anyway, what do you do for work?
At the moment, I'm working in a warehouse, and I've been doing a lot of deliveries. Have you heard of Amazon Flex?
No, not Flex, no.
It's delivering parcels, and I also do food deliveries as well.
Okay.
On Uber Eats and Deliveroo,
Yeah.
But at the moment, though, I'm in a warehouse.
Yeah.
But that's with an agency. So once that ends, and we'll see what. We'll see what happens there. But hopefully, I can make some money from boxing next year. I don't want to have to work so much.
Yeah. I mean, you said you finished at 9 today or something around then?
No, I went training. I train twice a day, you see.
Oh.
And my car's not working at the moment, so I had to get a train. So, it's a pain in the ass, yeah.
I can imagine. I mean, I don't drive, so I can't imagine. But you know what I mean. The Deliveroo, Uber Eats, they're a pain to sign up for. I've signed up. I'm to be a rider for Deliveroo. It took so long.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Oh, you got a Deliveroo account, have you?
I do. I've never done it though, because when I the minute I signed up, I got more shifts at where I work, so I was like, I don't need to do it, and it's winter, so I was like, I'm just gonna hold off. But
that's that's what I signed up for. Yeah, to get a bit of spare cash, at the start. Yeah.
But I work at a fast food place. So do you know Kokoro? Have you ever heard of that?
Oh yes, it's new. It's. I think there's one in Swansea, I believe.
Probably, yeah. But I work at one of those, so I've always got this vision of me doing Deliveroo and coming into where I work and seeing all my co-workers, and I'm like,
oh, right.
I don't know what to do that. I don't know. But it's good for the most part. I think it's a good quick cash, not easy cash. It's not.
And you can do it on your own time.
Yeah, that's the
best thing. Yeah.
How long? That's a stupid. I was going to say, how long would you like to be working at those jobs? But I'm assuming the answer is, I want the next fight to make me £1 million, and I want to quit. But
I'm happy taking over.
Yeah.
What I'm doing now, 8 till 4. It's great because I train 6 in the morning. I could train after that as well. So that suits me. But yeah, it's difficult to find a job that suits your boxing. So ideally, you do want to be making money. And then I know I can be the best I can be.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, that's. I mean, boxing's one of the. I mean, like all sports, but one of the big sports where you get punished if you don't train.
Yeah, 100%. And it's a bit unfair. Like, some boxers have contracts with TV, and they get a lot of funding or whatever, and then other boxers have got to work. You know what I mean? So it's a bit unbalanced. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and at the end of the day, the way it's going, it comes down to followers. Who's got the biggest ad platform to advertise on, and that it is a little. It's quite sad to see. I mean, because this is the thing. When I was looking at you, I saw the amateur. Yeah. I saw 66 amateur fights. I saw the titles, and I was like, I'm a little surprised. Although the shows that you've been on look great, they look very good. I'm a little surprised you're not on slightly bigger events, because I'm like, the background,
and nobody knows who I am. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
even in Welsh boxing, people don't go on about me much.
But it's a shame, because
I've got a better resume than most of the boys.
Oh yeah. Well, this is the thing. I mean, I'm not. I can't claim to be a boxing expert, because I'm not. But I know good boxing when I see it, and I watch you, and I'm like, there's talent there, definitely. Obviously, I'm not saying your next fight you're beating Bivol or Beterbiev. No, but I'm saying that, like, in 10 fights, this is a guy that I think could actually be something in the sport. Whereas I'm looking at other guys that have just got a massive following, and I know they've worked hard for that, so I'm not disrespecting them, but I'm like, they're not as good as some of the. It does annoy me. It does, because I feel a bit.
That's
bad.
true. Yeah. It's an upside down sport in that sense. Yeah, and if more fights were backed, there would have been more world champions in the past. And Wales is a small country; they've only had 13 world champions, but there could have been more. For a small country, Wales do produce a lot of good fighters, but it's not enough backing behind. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the issue.
I think the best thing is that it just motivates you to just go, all right, well, you're not interested in me. Well, I'm gonna beat every guy, and I'm gonna beat your guy. Yeah, I mean, that's all you can do.
I'm very fortunate to be given the opportunities, to be fighting for the Welsh title in my second year, and then I got an opportunity to push on. So I do see light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah. Well, I think the British Boxing Board of Control, I think they're all right. I think that the way they try and run things is the right way.
Yeah.
It's the money and the promotions, and that's where.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, the shows goes on money really, and that comes from the boxers' tickets and X, Y, and Z. So that's just the way it is. Yeah,
it's just a shame. I mean, I'm not.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully, right, this interview is going to go viral, and then boom, Aaron Bird.
I mean, may get my license taken off me. Yeah.
I don't have. Oh, I have one. Of course, I've got one more proper question, and I've just got some more sort of fun stuff that just.
Yeah.
So the something I do is a bookmark question, which I meant to do at the start of the interview, but I forgot.
Okay.
So, so this is actually not from me. This is from Lewis Oakford. Have you ever heard of Lewis Oakford?
I think so.
He's another professional
cruiserweight.
boxer. Yeah. He's also very, very good. He's actually very similar to you in that he's very talented.
Yeah.
He's just unfortunate and needs the opportunities, and then he'll show.
Yeah.
So he has asked this question, and then I'll get you to ask a question for the next guy as well. Of the 4 world title belts, which one would you most like to win? What would mean the most?
The WBC, I believe was that held by Muhammad Ali at one stage, is that?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
WBC.
The WBC. Yeah.
WBC is the kind of, I feel like that would be the common answer, like that, because it's it's beautiful to look at, the green and gold. Oh.
Yeah.
And you think about
It's
champions.
a nice looking belt.
Yeah. I would always go WBA. Not quite in the same position, because obviously I'm not a pro boxer, but WBA for Bivol. That's
Oh, right.
Oh my god, man.
You're a big Bivol fan, I see.
Oh yeah, I love him. Just the way he fights, that's all. I mean, he seems like a nice guy, but I'm not too fussed about that. I try and, I think if you listen to what boxers say in like trash talk or not trash talk, you get lost in that. Whereas the actual boxing is what I like.
Yeah.
But so my actual question to you now is, what do you want to ask the next guy? So that my next interview, I'll ask them whatever you ask now. That makes sense? Yeah.
What is the worst boxing decision you've ever seen?
I like that. That's very good. Okay.
Yeah, that's a good one. Mm-hmm.
Well, that will be clipped and put together with the next guy, which should hopefully be Sunday or something like that. But all right, now I've just got some like sort of fun type of games.
Yeah.
Put in clips, and then hopefully they'll do quite well. Build your perfect boxer. So boxing IQ, chin, power, and footwork. Not everything, but
I think footwork. What everything put together. Every boxer put together.
Yeah, so you can choose any 4 boxers. Just whoever you think. So.
Footwork for me has got to be. I would say Lomachenko.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yeah. Power.
Yep.
Pound for pound, I'd say at the moment it's got to be Beterbiev. Yeah. He's knocked out everyone.
Yeah.
Pound for pound.
I mean, I can't argue with it because he's like you say.
Yeah. And what did we say? Boxing bring or?
Yeah, boxing IQ and chin.
Boxing IQ's got to be Floyd Mayweather for me.
Yeah, I can't disagree. Yeah.
And chin. Gennady Golovkin.
I was thinking him or Fury.
I can remember he got hit with a shot against the Australian guy, Gill, I believe, and he knocked him down the same time. And there was a flush on the chin, yeah.
Yeah, there's a clip of him with Canelo, and I think it might be the second fight, I think. And Canelo.
I could have picked Canelo as well because he's got a solid chin.
Oh yeah. But Golovkin just eats it. He just doesn't. It doesn't even phase him. Like Canelo, you can, it'll hit him, and Canelo will just like go, but Golovkin just. It's like, oh my god. I wish I was a bit older and just got to watch prime Golovkin because I feel like I really missed out.
I think he only hit up when he beat what's his name, Macklin.
Yeah.
And so I don't think a lot of people got to watch him throughout his career at the start. Like
no, but I just that's like he's great. Although he needs to decide whether or not he's retired because he's holding up the division.
I think he should retire now. He's done what he's done, and his better days are behind him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then, how strong is the middleweight division? I'm without Janibek is very, very solid. Charlo.
I think that's a winnable fight for Eubank Jr. if he gives it to Zanabek. Because what's his name? What's the guy's name who lost the British title? Denzel Bentley.
Oh yeah.
He gave him a good go, and he lost to Haney. So I think Eubank's a better fight than Bentley. So
I agree.
Yeah.
I don't know if he beats Janabek. Janabek's the angles he creates are just like, I don't know. But then you're not. It's whether or not Eubank's knockout to Smith was a fluke or not for me.
I think Janabek's got the ability to outbox Eubank over 12 rounds. Yeah, so I agree with you there. Maybe.
We'll see. Well, hopefully we'll see.
Yeah.
Given that the Conor Benn fight's not happening, which is...
That won't happen.
No. Well, it shouldn't happen either. It's...
Yeah.
It's past its sort of due date, and also Conor Benn has not been handled very well in this whole thing.
No.
So, I mean, the fact he's still fighting, I can't believe it.
Me too.
But personally, don't think he meant to cheat, but he tested positive, and you can't then just get impatient and fight. I don't know, but
it wouldn't surprise me either way because they wanted him to win that fight, and if somebody in his team did do something, it wouldn't surprise me. But if he didn't, if he was innocent, then I could believe him. But it's one of those where it's hard to call. Yeah.
I don't think we'll ever know.
Yeah,
he'll just fight in America until British Boxing Board of Control give it up.
Yeah.
Well, that's the other issue with promoters and the money, and then British Boxing Board of Control trying to do the right thing, and then you got Eddie Hearn, who's
they say safety first, and when there are fighters doing that, then how can that be the case?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's something we're going to move on to. Another sort of fun thing is this or that, which isn't just boxing. I've thrown a couple random ones in there, but it's mainly boxers, mainly light heavyweights as well. Anthony Yard or Callum Smith. Doesn't have to be who you think would win in a fight. It can just be who you prefer.
I'll go Callum Smith.
Callum Smith?
He's a well-grounded fighter, yeah. And I'd say he's probably got a better resume, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I love it. Yeah. The way he throws a left hook is... Dan Aziz or Joshua Buatsi?
I think Buatsi. But I won't be surprised if Aziz beats him, yeah.
It's a hard one to call. Based on career sort of peak performance, I think it's got to be Buatsi. But then recently hasn't done anything overly impressive, so I don't know. But I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, that's very true, yeah.
I was trying to get tickets to that one, actually, but it's just too expensive. I couldn't.
Where's in London, is it?
Yeah. Well, it was a bit of a weird one because it was at the O2, and then it didn't look like it was ever selling out. And then Aziz got his back injury, and now they've gone to the Copper Box, I think, in London. So,
okay.
No idea if there's anything in that. Sweets or chocolate?
Chocolate.
Chocolate?
Yeah.
What kind of chocolate?
Oh, I tell you, one I do like is Marsborough and Batter. There's a chip shop by me that does it.
I've had it before.
You like that, yeah?
Yeah, my mum's Scottish, so if we went out there once, and I think we had it. I know I've had it. I don't know if I had it with her or not, but I've had it definitely. Yeah. Beterbiev or Bivol?
Bivol.
Bivol?
Yeah.
That's one of the hardest things to call. But that should happen next year. If Beterbiev... that's not how you say his name. Beterbiev...
Well, for me, that's not hard because I always favour the boxer or the puncher. But obviously, there's a chance that, Beterbiev could, put him to sleep. But, yeah, I think that Bivol's a machine and he'll keep going, yeah.
Yeah. I would just never bet against Bivol. I mean, I know I've fanboyed him the whole interview. But, Canelo, he made look pretty average. Even Zurdo Ramirez, and that's a 44-0 fighter, and like a 6'3" 6'3", 6'4", and he,
yeah,
he treated him like a rag doll. With all respect, with tea, milk first or milk last?
I only have tea with biscuits, to be honest. So either way,
Either way,
I'd say milk first. Yeah,
milk first. I think that's controversial. I don't drink tea, but I'm pretty sure that's the controversial answer.
I drink a lot of coffee. I do. So
coffee. I don't drink tea or coffee.
Oh, right.
Really
How do you get energy then?
Nah. I don't know why though. I've just never. I think my mum was just kind of like, no, I don't like drinking like Coca-Cola as well. Never really happened. Don't know, but sparring or pad work.
Both, I like, but sparring, yeah, it's something you need, innit? Yeah.
I've got to start boxing, man. The idea of sparring is so appealing, but I'm just like, but it's fine. We're getting there. That's everything I've got. But I've really enjoyed this, and I think I've gone through everything. Yeah, I have. So I'll say that's my last question. Have you got anything you want to shout out? Your Instagram or anything else?
Massive thanks to all my sponsors and my trainers. And my Instagram is BoxerBird2023. I got some old pictures on there, and I'll have some stuff of my boxing on there. So yeah, give me a follow. Yeah. And also I got some videos on YouTube of my boxing. Just Google my name, boxing, and you'll see some of my fights. Yeah.
I've seen your YouTube because I was doing my. You did a video predicting Tyson Fury versus Derek Chisora, I think.
That was a long time ago. That was.
Yeah, 2014.
Yeah.
It was good though. Yeah. You got it right. So
yeah,
well in. But
I think I predicted Fury to be world champion as well, didn't I?
Yeah, you said something along the lines of we don't know how far he'll go, but he could well be a world champion. So I mean, get you on the commentary in future. That's the.
Yeah.
But no, thank you very much for doing this. I really appreciate it.